And what's up, guys? I'm back. James LaFawn, baby, Prodigy's Prophecy. So, let's catch up, man. It's been a while. I'm sorry I abandoned my life dream there for the last year. So, last time I made one of these, I was in Norway about a year ago. Exactly. A year ago, about. I was actually rewatching it, and it was ended up speaking to me in a really cool way how it went full circle because I've actually been needing my own advice from the video from Norway in my personal life now. So it's kind of cool. I made the video with so much confidence and faith that it was going to touch somebody's life and somebody who needed to hear it would hear it, and it's crazy that someone ended up being my own self. So here I am, 1 year later from Norway, about to turn 24 years old. I'm currently in Tucson, Arizona. I just got back from Medford, Oregon. I've been working my ass off the last year, but it's trying to get back to my roots again, obviously, just like the first video, same crap. I kind of just need to get it going again. So first things first, Prodigy's Prophecy is making its return. There will be a podcast with me and Josh Metzler. I'm keeping my Prodigy's Prophecy brand. We're gonna also have a co-admin brand. Co-creators of sorry if you heard that. Yeah, co-creators. It's going to be called the Hippie Experience, or that's going to be Josh's thing, and Prodigy's Prophecy is going to be mine. But at the end of the day, the brand is one. Me and him as a brand are together. I'm just not going to abandon my Prodigy's Prophecy because that's where everything started for me. Other than that, I'm not going to go crazy in depth or anything crazy. Since Norway, I continued working my job at World Wind and Solar, my old job. I was working there for a while. I came back from Norway. Long story short, I got a fiance. I got 2 stepkids and my own son on the way. Braden is 7 years old. Aubrey is 4 years old, and the one on the way is Jameson Legend LaFawn. He's my firstborn of my own DNA. My other 2 kids are just as much my kids as he will be, but there is something special about you being there for the whole process and actually being a reason why the child's being born. I already know this video is gonna suck, but I just didn't care. I just was mad at myself for sitting out the whole last year. But yeah, long story short, I got a family of 4 basically now, plus 5 with the puppy. Since last time you heard of me in Norway, I was just a free spirit, single, traveling the world. I haven't lost any of my core values, but a lot of responsibility I've gained over the last year. And in doing so, it's created a lot of opportunity, but also a lot of, new stress that you have to persevere through, new hardships, even having a pregnant fiance, it doesn't matter how many people explain it to you or, what you think you are going to expect. You don't know until you're in the position and kind of see things for how beautiful it actually is, but it does not come without stress. I cannot personally stress that enough, is that the stress is there. It's for the right reasons. It's, gives you life purpose and everything. But it's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not for anybody who's not ready to be a man, not ready ready to love somebody unconditionally, um, then having a kid is not for you. But that being said, I love my family. I love Destry, my fiance, my son Braden, my daughter Aubrey, and my son on the way, Jameson. James' son. If you didn't get the reference, kind of cool. Legend is the middle name. Jameson Legend. But anyways, boom. Last year goes by. First and foremost, I felt guilty that I haven't been staying up to my craft of videos every week like I had planned. So motivated when I was in Norway. Uh, but life, it's given me more wisdom. But we'll go from there. So I'm still at Whirlwind. I get back from Norway. I'm still on a freaking natural high. I'm just feeling good about myself, feeling good about life, all that. I was actually first started talking to my fiance seriously when I was in Norway, but I was in such a all-time high, uh, you know whatever vibe I was at. It wasn't as serious as it even could have potentially been there, but time went on. I kept grinding. We stayed in contact, me and her, and we ended up getting closer and closer, and by no time, I was getting close with Aubrey and Braden. It was just I was starting to realize, how valuable this actually was in my life to have. Um, so I leave Whirlwind. I get a better job at Schneider Electric. I become a solar technician too for them. I'm there I moved to Vegas. Keep in mind, when I'm in the act of moving to Vegas, taking this job offer, at the time, my fiance was then my girlfriend. We did not know we were having a baby yet or anything. But she was planning on moving with me to Las Vegas, Legally, with her kids, there's obviously legal ramifications due to being able to, see both your biological parents, which is totally fair, and everything. But I moved to Vegas. I get this nice apartment. We're all planning on moving together. And then she's trying to go to court to get, because of previous court order, you need to ask for, permission to move. So we're in the process of that. Little do we know that should end up would have taken all the way through March, April. And at the time, we didn't know we were having a baby, but then very soon we found out we were having a baby, and it kind of threw a wrench in every one of my plan A. My plan A was get him out there, move him out there, work this new job that I was super excited for and blessed to have. But end up, I moved to Vegas. She can't move with me. It's kind of stressful in the relationship. We just find out she's pregnant. You know, traveling a bunch. I go to Canada, Rhode Island, Philadelphia, Mexico, things like that. With this new company, and things are looking up, gaining a good reputation within the company, whatever. But I'm sitting in Philadelphia one day, and I'm talking to my fiance. We've been talking, back and forth for a couple days, more like a couple weeks, maybe a month or so. But we end up, sorry. We end up on our. God, I hate that I totally lost my train of thought. But we are. I get the apartment. I'm in Philadelphia. There we go. I'm in Philadelphia. And I'm just stressed out. Me and my fiance are both kind of like the travel and everything and not living in the same state and everything is starting to like take its toll a little bit. I just sat there. I'm sitting in a nice hotel in Philadelphia, you know, just learning, doing new things, and they end up. Ooh, look at that. No, okay, sorry, but they end up. I kind of just get really. I'm at like my wit's end. I'm super stressed. I don't feel. I'm trying to provide as much as I possibly can for my family. My new baby on the way, which is a complete culture shock to me. The biggest thing in the world. Like, okay, so me and my fiance, we kind of had like a gut instinct for some reason that she was pregnant, but like way before even Tess could tell. But we had this understanding that it felt like it. We didn't know why. We just had this gut feeling that she might be pregnant. So we have whatever. We have a good night together. And sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place. But now I just want to tell you how the feeling of finding out that you're having a baby is. So she comes out of the bathroom. I hear her. She says my name, and the way she said it was weird. Like it sounded like her voice just sounded. I don't know, like urgent or not. I can't think of the right word. She says my name, and just the way it sounded weird to me. So I'm like, why'd she say my name? I was like, what's up? And then she comes out, turns the corner, and she throws freaking pregnancy test at me, and it's positive, and I just look at it, and I'm just like, there's no way. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is real? And I'm like, yeah, you gotta take a couple more, and then I just look at it again, and I just have like this wave of emotion, like it kind of hits me just for a split second, reality, the fact that like, boom, you just see a child in like the very beginning stages being born or being conceived and everything, and you're just thinking of how mind-blowing that is, and it hits you. The emotion hit me, and I was just like, holy crap, I'm having a kid. You know what I mean? Like a real child, like a baby. Like, what? Super exciting. But like time goes on, and she takes a couple more tests, verifies it, goes to the doctor, they verify it. And we find out pretty early on that she is pregnant. I think she was like 6 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks, like super. And I couldn't contain it. I told everybody after it was okay with her and everything. But then keep in mind, it's a beautiful moment to find out and super exciting, but it's also like instant stress of like, dude, I live in Las Vegas. She can't move till April, if she can even move with all this legal crap. What the fuck am I gonna do? And then time goes on. I'm stressed out. I'm at my job. Still, I got like a $10 raise from my old job to this job, so it was like really valuable to me, and I was really grateful for it and everything. But I was super unhappy. I wanted to be around my girlfriend, fiance, soon to be fiance, became my fiance in October, I believe, or September. But I'm sitting here and I'm tripping out. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, this job is really good for me and I need it to support a family, but I fucking am super unhappy. I live in a completely different state than my pregnant fiance. If she can move, it's gonna take 8 months to even get to that freaking point, which is like stressful enough. You're like, why? So I just started praying, and I'm in Philadelphia in a hotel, and I'm like literally about to have like slip back into some kind of like deep depression, and or just sadness. It's just like the feeling of missing out on like the pregnancy, on my fiance. Trying to make the relationship as healthy as it can be from Philadelphia is like not easy. So I just keep praying and praying. And I remember someone I had, crossed paths with and throughout the years of working solar, and I have his business card in my wallet, and I decided to send this guy an email, on a whim, like, hey, like, are you guys hiring in California? Yeah. And then, by the grace of God, they had an immediate position open, and I ended up, keep in mind, this job is like above my, you know, what I thought was attainable at the time. I'm like, dude, like, this is a really legit job. Like, I'm surprised they're even answering me, blah, blah, blah. And then I end up having keep in mind, Dustry is visiting me in Vegas when all this is happening. And I end up having an interview with the HR guy, while I'm with Dustry and Aubrey, and I just step out of the car for an hour and I just have this interview and I just prayed right before, like, just, God, speak through me, help me out, if this is what your will is, then have it be done. How, just help me do everything I need to do in my part to make sure it's efficient and done right, to the best of my ability, that I don't, feel I let an opportunity slip. So I had that first interview, and first light of hope was when they told me, we're looking for someone in the Bakersfield, Fresno region. I'm like, I'm from Tehachapi, California. I could go to Bakersfield. I currently live in Las Vegas, but I have no problem moving to Bakersfield, blah, blah, blah. And man, they were cool enough to tell me I could actually live in Tehachapi, if I were to get the job. And at that point, it got really exciting, like complete blessing from God. And I tried not to, get my hopes up. I tell my fiance, tell Destry everything, and I'm like, hey, this is the opportunity. It seems really promising. I'm supposed to have another interview, and the next interview is with the guy I actually met, a year ago, and got the business card for the company from him in general. And now I'm interviewing with him, so at least I know him a little bit. So a couple days pass. I end up having my technical interview with him, Bay 4 Energy, and I end up, a couple days pass. I'm a little bit nervous, not sure how I did. Next thing you know, I get an offer, and I got a $6 raise. So I got a $10 raise from my first job to my second job at Schneider, and then from Schneider to where I'm at now, Bay 4, I got a $6 raise. So all in all, I got a $16 raise in the process of like 6 months of just working hard, and like, so I end up doubling how much I make, because initially I was, I add $16 in 6 months, which is nice. An hour at $16 more an hour than I was making at my first job, which is nice. But so, everything's going good, except I have to pay Schneider now. I accept the offer. I have to pay Schneider back $5,000 though, because they gave me $7,500 to move to Las Vegas if I stayed there a year. If I left within that year, then I have to pay them back at a prorated base. So I ended up having to owe them $5,000, but for the raise and the fact that I could live in Tehachapi, be around my fiance and my kids and my future kid, and to be able to nest for like my life, my future, what I'm doing the rest of my life, which is taking care of my family. So I bit the bullet. I paid the $5,000 back. It was struggling. We're in the middle of moving. She's pregnant. Been pregnant now for a while. We end up moving into a nice apartment in Tehachapi together, but even that came with freaking hiccups and just the devil trying to freaking knock you off as much as possible. But whatever. It ended up being pretty cool. Whatever. I'm working my new job, and everything is super stressful, but it's going good. So we're at that point now. Just been grinding it out, progressing in my career the last year. Because even this kind of stuff isn't possible without my career, because it takes, like, for one, the motivation to have a story to even talk about comes from the hard work that got me to this point. Um, the financial backing of Prodigy's prophecy is impossible without, you know, without money, without my career, and without these boring ass times in these hotel rooms. It's impossible. So I'm working on a military base tomorrow, but which is kind of cool. You know, with the fingerprint to get in. A bunch of cool shit. We work at Amazon, Apple, like all the cool shit. You know, where they have solar. Where you never expect them to have solar. But anyways, that's just a quick recap of my year. Other than that, I've been just growing with my fiance, growing with my family, growing in general. Like I said, last year I went Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Canada, Mexico. Those were 5 countries I went to last year, which was nice. I'm excited for my son to be born, start taking him on journeys. But I've been kind of at a low. It's not even that I've been at a low spiritual place. It's just been a. It's like I'm. All this is like well worth it, and it's all a blessing. You know, having a kid and my fiance and everything. It's all definitely what I always wanted. It's just exhausting. Like, it is the definition of exhausting. You know? Like, things that used to make me tired back then don't make me tired now, but it's like I need to take time still to do what I love and dream and touch lives and all that kind of crap, which has been hard lately. You know, it seems like there's not enough time in the day to do half the shit I need to do, and no matter how hard I try, there's always something I could have done more that day, but I'm starting to not blame myself for that. I'm starting to just, you know, patience is the main thing I've learned in the last fucking year. You know, to keep it short, patience is everything. Patience with love, patience with understanding, patience with, you know, growing, patience with building something beautiful. It's like, as much as you want to wake up and you have the perfect house, perfect family, the perfect job, the perfect amount of time spent together, all that, as much as you really genuinely want that, it's not going to happen unless you very much work for it and you consistently work for it. You don't just, you know, you're not just going to get it handed to you, which I wouldn't want it that way, but, you know, the work that goes involved into everything associated with that is not a walk in the park. It's not something that everyone's built for, you know. But you know, for the most part, it's been really good. But so throughout the last year, me and Josh Metzler, I'm sure a lot of you guys know him, fucking best friend in the world. The dude, talk all day. So as much as it seems I haven't been active on my motivation and you know, willingness to do a podcast and grow and, you know, brand out and all that, as much as it seems like I haven't really delivered from my initial goals, I've been silently working, and so has Josh Metzler with me. We've been, you know, working and planning and scheming as well with my brother, you know, who's getting back into the music industry. You know, he's trying to come back full force. You know, at his peak, he was really doing good, you know, having concerts in Hollywood and, like, 6-star hotels and things like that. He's getting back to the music thing, and me and Josh Metzler have been, you know, staying motivated on, you know, planning big things, you know, as a team. So it's kind of just, it's at the tipping point right now. That's why I'm making this video. It's not, you know, all that exciting. It's nothing, you know, crazy right now, but I'm just getting it back out there to get the ball rolling again. Um, you know, a lot comes with growth. Um, a lot of things have even changed since my last video. I mean, I don't even know how you could, how much someone can tell by the way someone looks on the camera, but I'm a lot even healthier now than I was at that point. In Norway, I was, still drinking a lot, still doing crazy shit here or there. Wasn't really, worried about much. Responsibility was at personal minimum. Like I was only responsible for myself. And once I got into the world of being responsible for a healthy relationship, being responsible for children's mindsets, being responsible for children's and family needs, things like that will just make you naturally grow up. It's not even on a judgmental basis of like, hey, you're not, because I used to do all the same shit that now, if I were to see myself in the eyes I have now, see me a year ago, I would have been like, I don't, like nowadays I'd be like, I don't fucking like that person, like, I'm not the same as that person, like, but it doesn't make it, to where I judge anyone. It just makes me realize that I've changed, I've grown up a lot. I don't, you don't catch me out at the bars anymore. But I don't judge you if that's what you're doing. Because I was just doing that shit until I had something that was more important to me, like fiance and kids and everything. I didn't care. I was doing whatever. But now that I got that, it's changed a lot of my perspective. But, things have been interesting. Just grateful for it all, did some cool things. Went to Canada, Lakers game, couple of them. Stayed in downtown LA for a few nights. Went wherever. Simple, normal stuff. Haven't really hit my main thing lately, but the whole idea is, my life experience is what's fueling any type of, traction to this podcast. It takes, life experience, which creates wisdom, which creates perspective, and, my experience and my wisdom is projected into these videos to, get someone to be able to relate, and feel like they're not alone. It's like I've been at my last video I mentioned a lot about highs and lows and being ready for them and everything. And it's been crazy because watching that video, I was at a low. I was actually at a low again, and I was just like, just kind of getting overwhelmed with everything going on in life. And I was just kind of like, I needed that moment of like strength, that moment of perseverance, that reminder. And little did I know that my own video I made a year ago helped pull me out of the shit I was in the present. I was going through it. I was starting to like, really lose grasp of the way things were going. I felt like I couldn't handle, the two new back-to-back jobs, going from no kids to 3 kids, going from no responsibility to taking care or to providing for a family. Got 4 with the puppy as well. I kind of started losing my self-control and my confidence there for a little bit. Like thinking, man, am I not? can I provide the way I want to in my heart, or am I always going to be feeling like a failure, or like I don't do enough, or I'm not there enough, or I was at that point where I was like, starting to doubt myself again, and I knew it was wrong, but sometimes you can't really stop it. You can know it's wrong, but you just can't. You just have to ride it out. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there, I'm stressed. I'm in Oregon. This is last week. I'm in Oregon, and boom, I get a memory on my Facebook, and it's Prodigy's Prophecy, the first video from Norway. And I just listened to myself, and I listened as if I wasn't hearing it from myself. It was so weird. Just hearing my own voice, I was hearing a familiar voice, like a familiar understanding. I wasn't like, you didn't even realize that it was coming from yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, you felt like someone understood. Little did I know that it was my own self that was, helping me through what I needed, and, sorry. And, it actually was just great how it came full circle as I'm sitting out snowing in Oregon, first week of the year, and you're just sitting there and you're like, man, like, I feel so much better, and it's exactly what I needed to hear, and it's crazy because in that first video, I was saying, like, you don't have to believe me, you don't have to listen to me, I'm just doing it for the one person that needs to hear it, and little did I know that one person was me that needed to hear it, it might have been other people, and I'm sure I've touched other people's lives, but it's like, it's crazy how it came. I never once thought the help I was giving would be needed by me, but it was, and it helped me completely. But, now, I'm back, super motivated. My son is going to be, my fiance is 24 weeks, almost 25 weeks pregnant, so we're getting fucking close, dude. I'm ready. I'm over this freaking long-ass pregnancy. One thing I learned is I realized how much I love my fiance, because I swear to God, I love that woman to death, but freaking pregnancy is long and it is exhausting. It's very exhausting for the male in it too. I know it's extremely exhausting for her physically and probably every other way as well, but like, men, you deserve more credit for for the long, stressful nights and months and weeks that you also have, preparing for everything. If you're a good dad, then, you have a lot of sleepless nights. You have a lot of, waking up at 4 a.m., getting home at 9 p.m. just to do it again the next day, all while juggling so many responsibilities that are equally as important. You can't sacrifice certain responsibilities for others. You need to somehow make them all work. You need to somehow extend days, to make sure that everything is done properly, the way that you can, And it's not something that you ever prepare for or what you expect from going into something until you actually have to do it. That's why I have a newfound respect for just anybody who's a good dad, who takes the extra steps to ensure every, piece of the puzzle is happy, everything's buttoned up the way you promise to deliver, as well as your family deserves. It's like nobody really gives you that part, but I'm excited just for everything. My son got to be here. He's gonna be born in April, most likely, just like I am. His name's Jameson. James' son. Legend LaFawn. He's a boy. Freaking excited. Got everything. Got him a little pair of Packers. Green Bay Packers shoes. I forgot to tell you guys. Drop a, like and subscribe, man, and you have a chance to win No, I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna give away shit. But, whatever. This is just a comeback video. Nothing crazy. Nothing beautiful. Nothing extravagant. Just, hey, how you doing? Prodigy's Prophecy is back. And, Josh Metzler and I have been working on a project. I personally, I want to keep Prodigy's Prophecy going. But we do have a, the Hippie Experience, which is a brand by Josh, in which, we're going to brand each other out. We're going to be, sister companies, basically. You know what I mean? Different audiences, same message. We're going to have, we're going to talk about life, talk about current events, bullshit on some sports, bullshit about life, bullshit about how the Packers are going to win the Super Bowl. Go Pack, go. Go Pack, go! No, but, yeah, nothing crazy. Don't waste your time too much on this. Just know that we're back. Know that I'm back. Know that Josh is going to be my right-hand man through it all. Know that there will soon be a freaking little baby in my videos. There will soon be my fiance. You'll see her, my kids, Aubrey and Braden. You'll see the whole family be more involved this go around, because I actually have them. I have a family, I have kids now, so this is exciting. But yeah, so nothing crazy. Just support the page, support the podcast. This is I'm already ordering a mic and everything, more legit. Me and Josh are gonna have scheduled sit downs, podcasts. We're gonna have separate and also together. Just branding together. Teamwork makes the dream work. Other than that, don't forget to share, like, and everything. Tell someone about what Prodigy's Prophecy approach is, what we have to offer. Be proactive and, hey, talk about this. This would be a good project, a good whatever for you and Josh to talk about, a good topic. Or this would be a good topic for you to address and have Josh give his opinion or whatever, But, I wish Josh was right here in the picture with me. He's out, here he is. No, he's out in California doing his grind. But, we've basically been running a podcast the last year, having freaking daily calls that, if we would have recorded, would have been gold, it would have been relatable, it would have been, comforting and calming, just for any mindset, and the fact that you don't ever have to feel alone, and, we've helped each other through a bunch of crap as best friends, and, we've both been through a lot. We both freaking, you get what you get with us, man. Some long-haired tattooed hippies that have a vision for, that most people say ain't shit, but, I'm not going to talk your ear off. 40 minutes. Sorry, substance is there. I'm ready. He's ready. We're ready. Prodigy's Prophecy. We're out, dude.